Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 5 of the War3Champions finals. We're here to crown a new king or put the throne on the head of the old king. It is Happy, Foggy, Focus, Labyrinth, Neo, Remo, and Carson for Championship Sunday. Boys, how you doing?
After all, Neo, you know, it's my favorite day. And for two reasons today. Because, well, the main attraction why we're here today is going to be the culmination. We have 4 matches left of the season finals. We've been here plenty of times before in previous seasons, and this is always a day of festivities. The best players around the world which compete on War3Champions today, one of them is going to be crowned the champ, and is going to take home the big prize purse.
Carson over there in Western Canada, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. I've had about the amount of sleep that Happy may lose games in this tournament.
Zero?
Quite the equivalency there. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know at the end. But good. I'm good. I'm excited for the games. Very, very excited for the games, in fact. Some cool names here. I've been a huge fan of Focus forever. Labyrinth, I'm getting more and more hyped. The more I talk to people behind the scenes about this kid, the more I'm hyped to watch more Labyrinth games. And, of course, Foggy and Happy. Who couldn't enjoy it? I'm not a European Warcraft hater or anything, so how could I not enjoy these two?
It is the European Classico, and I was pretty happy this morning as well because you guys cracked the prize pool of $3,700. We're at $3,709, and that is more than we had in the previous season. So, community, good job, but we still don't have the 4K. I doubted you yesterday. Today's the final day. Today is the last chance. Today is also the last chance to grab one of these amazing profile pictures for your War3Champions profile. If you want to represent the Undead, Orc, Human, and Night Elf legends of this game, get in there. $5 directly into the prize pool. We want the 4K, and you can make it happen.
Absolutely, the last day to cash in, to chip in for these players. Of course, we want to reward them as best as we can for the wonderful games that they provide us. And of the 4 that are remaining, we have 2 players which we've seen plenty of times here before. Foggy and, of course, Happy, who is the championship holder with the most titles by far. But down in the lower bracket, Carson mentioned already, a new face shows himself, reveals himself. It's Labyrinth, who has been looking damn good. His series against Colorful, very impressive. The way he was able to take out Sock, also quite something to behold. I'm very curious to see how far this kid can go. We only see him in very few tournaments indeed, namely in this one and not too many others. The matchup, though, that it's going to be facing later against Orc, that's where we haven't seen him yet. So big question mark there. How is he going to be able to fare in that matchup?
He did go through like sort of a gauntlet so far, didn't he? He had to beat so many players, it feels like, Labyrinth to get here.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. He made it through the first stage of the play-ins, and he's here in the final 4. He was there on day 1, and he's here on the last day. Did not anticipate such a deep run, but he eliminated Cini, he eliminated 15 Sway. Then, of course, he was up against Happy and lost, which is no shame. But then 2-0 versus Stock and 2-1 versus Colorful. Really, really impressive. We'll see him in the lower bracket semifinal, but now it's time for the 2 players that carry the Western scene in Europe for the longest time, and it is Happy versus Foggy. The hype was always unreal when these guys faced each other at DreamHack. There, most of the time, Happy took the W, but Foggy, it seems like he's in the best shape of current month, maybe even this entire year.
Yeah, we tend to agree with that, especially the last half year or so was kind of rough for Foggy. Thinking back to Raraland, he did okay at the tournament, but didn't dazzle us like he did before. And thinking back to the time before that, in the qualifier, he had a really tough one. He almost didn't make it through, but seems like once again the motivation is there, the preparation is there, and I can't wait to see what Foggy has prepared against his toughest opponent.
Yeah, that seemed to be the strength of Foggy this tournament, the strategies. And Foggy was playing his game on Friday, and he saw that Happy is in the opposite part of the bracket, so he probably assumed that his opponent is Happy, and he had some time to tinker with the strategies and timing. So Foggy, how far can you go? We got Happy, the current reigning champion, on the right-hand side. We have Foggy representing Raptor Gaming and Ukraine on the bottom left-hand side, starting with a keeper.
All right, folks, let's settle in our day of Warcraft. Pleasure is going to start right here. Best of 5 for the winner bracket final. Best of 5 also for the lower bracket final. Lower bracket round 3, by the way. So Focus vs. Labyrinth later is going to be best of 3. And the grand final later on, best of 7 with a 1-map lead for the upper bracket player. So what do we see here? Concealed Hill, a map we see a ton of in this matchup. In many matchups, in fact. And so far, everything looking very normal. Keeper on one side, DK Ghoul build on the other. Nothing too surprising here so far.
Oh, no! Oh, that was so close. I thought that the Acolyte does it again. But, last second, the little pigeon got the big, right before. So, okay. Situation fixed. Acolyte still alive. We got a $30 donation by Frank H. Keep up the good work. Greetings from the Netherlands. And we also got 5 gifted subs by Roffel die Katz, as well as 2 euros by Tamok. Learned this week that my company is kicking me out at the end of the year. Oh, shit. At least we have some cash to cheer us up. Let's go. Well, yeah, hopefully we can make the day a little better.
Thank you for that, buddy. Sorry to hear, but you know, who is to tell what wonders still await you? Good luck in the new year. So, Keeper starts off pretty standard, creeping level 2, thinking about a fast, natural creep perhaps, and Fortuna is with Foggy so far. Absolutely perfect items for the start.
100%. Plus 8 damage already. Additional mana. This is everything he ever wanted. Happy on the other side with the ring. Not that lucky, but he got the rot and got the skeletons. Nice by Foggy to immediately put pressure on the DK. It's like a big sign. You ain't doing nothing here, my man. But of course, this is a phenomenal position for Happy, as he can always fall back to the fountain, heal up, and cause some trouble again.
I think Happy's also doing the right thing here, being aggressive. I think sometimes Night Elves are being given this natural creep too easily. If you creep this fully, you get the next item, you get level 3, the natural is cleared, and sometimes Night Elf can even expand on the spot. This is something that Happy doesn't want to allow, so he has the DK close by to harass as well. The Ghouls achieved level 2 for him. The next big step upwards for both heroes is going to be level 3. Happy coming south once more with the Ghouls, scouting as well, looking for the expansion, but we have it pretty safely in the main base.
Yeah, Foggy's trying to buy some time for the creeps here. He got the big one, but the Murlocs are still up for grabs. Happy secures the kill with the Death Coil. DK at 50%, but here on Concealed, it's really not that big of a deal. So how much time can Happy buy? The tech has been started, as well as the expo for Foggy. I wouldn't mind seeing him playing it with the Moon style, build a super defensive Tree of Life in the base and then protect it with archers. And this is exactly what Foggy's doing.
He's got the Wisp close by as well for detonates if necessary. So both players crossing their T's and dotting their I's. Everything being done properly. They're checking for each other's moves and they're allowing not too much greed to go unpunished, especially on the side of Happy. So Foggy also plays it safe. He respects Happy, obviously. And everything looking pretty good so far. The expansion timing is hugely important in this matchup. Can oftentimes make or break the game for the Night Elf.
Exactly, and this map might already make or break the series. Foggy needs some momentum, I feel. If you start the day and you're down 0-1 immediately and then maybe even 0-2, that makes it really, really rough. And not only does it make this series super rough, but also the grand final. Do you want to go into best of 7 with Happy when Happy already has a 1-0 lead? I don't think so. That was the big thing for Soen when he defeated Happy in the best of 7 grand final. Win or come through the winner bracket, get that 1-0 advantage, and then everything is possible.
Would be a big deal for Foggy if he can finally beat Happy. How long has it been since the last win that he got against Happy? It dates back all the way to 2021 in March. ESL Open Cup, where he was finally able to beat Happy back then with a much different meta. It was much more passive on the Undead side with more expansions. And Foggy's thirsting for that victory once again. He may have 2 chances today, depending on if they meet again, but that's a story for down the road.
Archer about to be killed here. Lots of damage on these archers, but I guess it's fine. Demon Hunter comes in, Happy scouts beautifully as always. One of his biggest strengths, map awareness and scouting, gathering information and use it against his opponent. In the meantime, he gives some peace to Foggy while creeping his natural for a potential counter expansion as well. And slowly but steady, he can't complain about items anymore. Plus 9 claws, Mantle of Intelligence. Lich is already thirsting for these items.
Thank you, losers. Daron with a 6-month resub says much love for you guys. Thank you, thank you. Is he going to counter-expand, I wonder? Happy has been mixing in a bit of counter-expansions lately on tier 3 for the most part. Is that still in time, or would that be too late? 1 minute until Foggy is finally mining, and the mass air is soon going to be online.
So far, I think it's a pretty great game for Foggy, isn't it? Didn't lose anything. Keeper got it, made it to level 3, not rushing level 3 or anything, but he got there for exactly this. The push towards the acolytes, to the herd ghouls, and maybe even the slaughterhouse. Tiny bit too late for that so important building. You don't want to give Happy the statues, because then it's basically, oh, careful. Arm was already in the air. Keeper says no. But Happy keeps the slaughterhouse up. No losses in the main. Plus the staff on cooldown now. This harass did force Happy back though and bought more time for the expansion.
Foggy needs to climb up in supply fast, and needs more than just that. He also needs a Demon Hunter level 3. Needs to creep now quickly before Happy is ready. The 9-minute timing is kind of the quickest the Undead can go for that tier 3 push. And Foggy still has a few more seconds. A minute, maybe 1.5, until Happy is finally ready. Looking for the big drop as well. Already looking strong, but Happy wants more damage, and the Overlord doesn't do him any favors here.
Whoopsie. Okay, not coming with Demi. Maybe the ice cream money ran out. On the other side, our money coming in. Thank you, Torben Dietrich, Kubicube, and Jude for the resubs. No channel deserves this more. Less than 3 much love. That is 100% correct, my friend.
Big true. Cars might even say based. Demon Hunter level 3. Foggy ready to fight, and quite aggressive play over here by Foggy. He knows Happy's about to pick up the orb, but still a few upgrades are missing. Frenzy, Destroyer now on the way, and of course Web is also going to be needed.
Exactly, but he has Frenzy and Destroyer form on the way. Web is finished already. The mana burns, not too great yet. He's starting it now. Well, Happy doesn't want to go for the push without his upgrades, and maybe even without the rat spot. Giving Foggy more time. Next Moonwell is about to finish. Also the first upgrade. There was an investment that you can do before you go into mass. I like it. Foggy is ready for the late game. If he wins one fight, he can even go tier 3. And this Helm of Valor is definitely not what Happy wanted. Oh, feed kills.
Freebie here on the Fiend, absolutely. Every kill here is a big deal. There's very little anti-air for Happy to go for. Next entangle. And the next kill.
Wow.
Wow. Happy taking insane losses. Losing these 2 Fiends here is such a big deal. Foggy taking quite the lead.
This was sick. He started the fight 6 seconds on the Destroyer
statue.
upgrade. The statue is massive. Demon Hunter. One more.
Burn.
One more. Burns him and gets it as well. Insane start into the late game for Foggy. The Destro upgrade, 5 seconds away. And then Entangle reigns galore, of course. Happy down to 44, expansion untouched, and now Foggy can unfold the mass air.
Wonderful timing. Was a really slick move, by the way. He used Force of Nature to get through the trees behind the tavern, catches the Fiend. Really well done. Foggy with, I would say, close to a perfect game so far. Now, against most people in the world, this game would be over. But this is Happy we're talking about here.
Dude, yesterday when Happy played Focus, there was a 20 supply lead. Focus was 2 levels ahead, and Happy just flipped the switch and won that game eventually. Next attack, 10 supply lead. Destro is up, so Entangle not that great anymore. Also big damage on these Treants. New fairies are coming in, trying to do damage to the statue. Doesn't get the kill, but it's out of the fight. Demon Hunter, Invo Potion safe for now. Mana doesn't look too good. Oh, Keeper also in trouble, but he has a TP to get out. And this is just Foggy smashing this fight. There's almost nothing left for Big Demi.
Dude, this looks like my ladder games. Happy is just getting shafted. No chance. Everything's dying. Mass air's ready. Heroes always protected. Perfect control. Wonderful play. The timings are picture perfect. I think Foggy's got this one. I don't want to, jinx it or anything, but Foggy looking good. Looking real good.
Hold on. We've been here many times. Let's not get too far ahead. But let's thank our subs. Thank you, Beyond Ernie, for the 2-month resub, and Sverte for the 5 gifted subs. Next step for Foggy, get Demon Hunter 4, new Invo Potions, get that utility back up, and then choke Happy out.
Yeah, it's even nighttime now. Going for the Moonstone as well, doubling down on more nighttime. Going for potions, going for clarities, healing at the fountain. Demon's gonna get 4. Wait, where's... the Drake's still up. Gonna pick up the item here in a moment. And Happy scratching his head a little bit, perhaps. Feeling like, well, where did this come from? So far this tournament was easy. But this now is all but easy.
Okay, one map versus Focus was a little bit troublesome. Okay, it's very little mana on Happy. Still the 10 supply lead. 2-0 attack upgrades. But the Demon Hunter is low. Foggy with his back against the fountain. Still pretty hype here. If Happy is able to unfold his perfect micro, there might still be a chance. A little bit of healing on the Demon Hunter. He's safe to fight once again on the statue. And this is such a key move versus Undead. Just take away the regen of HP and mana. So there's no Coil Nova. It's incredible. Web is coming in nicely, but the Lich not looking good. Potion swapped.
Lich survives, but the DK is out of mana. The statue was taken out or morphed into a destroyer, so no regen on the ground. Foggy's finding more and more kills. The Demon Hunter working out beautifully here in the late game, and especially the choice to go for boots early really paid off. Demon with boots, so much better.
Really, really good. Also the boots of Kel'Thalas from the Drake certainly helping with the plus 10 damage. Foggy not making it to 2 tier 3, just pressing through, pressing forward. Might be able to get another Fiend, but doesn't want to overcommit, doesn't want to fly into an undead base. I like that. Goes to the next shop, gets another invul, maybe even a heal scroll. He is rich. Okay, no? Rather going to the fountain to heal up. Alright, priorities, I guess.
This game just looks so efficient by Foggy. Every move makes sense, everything is well thought out, everything works out. There's no wasted time. And thinking back to the early game, it felt like Happy perhaps for once wasn't the most efficient. He was running around with the ghouls, he was looking for a kill, he was looking to get stuff done, but honestly the DK didn't level too quickly. Now he's close to 5, but this game also might be close to over.
There's not too much experience left on the map. Creepjack maybe? At the fountain. We got rune braces, Remo!
Absolutely wonderful item. I love also that it gives it over to the Keeper because he's pretty squished at the moment. And just easy kills down. Demon Hunter again, finding the pickoffs, takes out the statue, no regen anymore. And one Fiend falls after the next, and again, the boots!
Exactly.
Helping with the chase.
Yeah.
And Happy. Can he still get back here? It seems impossible.
This is nuts. Heal scroll once again with the perfect value. GG! Foggy takes map number 1 in convincing fashion.
That was actually okay. I literally during that game, about 4 minutes into the game, I opened a notepad. The reason I opened the notepad on my desktop was I wanted to write down the time in which Foggy made a mistake in that game. Literally, I was like, okay, so far this is a perfect game. Let's just track this, because we know Happy's side of things is going to be perfect. So let's track Foggy, because everything was perfect. The Treant tracking the DK movement to get the Expo up. The Archers were in the perfect position. The Wisps move over. I don't know if you guys noticed, Foggy literally even dodge the coil at Happy's expansion with his initial Scout Wisp. He didn't give any experience with the Wisp. The mistake I wrote down was at 13 minutes and 20 seconds when he didn't buy the Potion of Vulnerability. Didn't even seem like a mistake, though, because he got the heal scroll. He never needed it. That, I challenge people to go, when this replay is out, download it, and find me a mistake from Foggy in that game. That was the best game I've ever seen Foggy play.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. And you know who sends a reward for this perfect game and boosts our prize pool up to 3,900? It's Lynn. $200 donation from the Goat Orc. So we're getting closer to the 4K.
Very cool. Lynn almost gets us across the finish line. You guys can chip in as well. We can reach that 4K today, and I think we will. These players shall be rewarded for their wonderful play. Yeah, I agree with Carson. That was just an amazing game by Foggy. This was just perfectly played. The timings he hit were so wonderful. It's so scary to move north there in that game, knowing that tier 3 is soon to finish. Most players would be just creeping, playing passive, and waiting for the attack to come and just playing defense, trying to hold on. But Foggy knows he's got about 30 seconds to make the big play. And that's basically won him the game.
Dude, I'm like nerding out. Like, everything was perfect. The Moonwell for 60 supply to break upkeep was perfectly on time, and he had the perfect amount of gold. He went the Hunter's Hall, which seemed greedy, but he had the perfect counterplay with the 4 Hippogriff Riders going into the base to buy time, with the potential Slaughterhouse cancel, with the 6 Treants that he had, the timing before Destro's, like 10 seconds to pick off the feed, the focus fire on the statues. He had 2 upgrades. My mind is blown. What a game. What a game.
Okay. Let's step on the brake a little bit. We've been here. Of course, this is super important, and of course, this was super awesome, but this is still happy. This is still the DreamHack King. This is still the World Series winner, but he is mortal today. Big Demi, can you bring it back, or will Foggy take it 2-0? The answer comes on Northern Isles.
In the past, Foggy was sometimes plagued with inconsistency. Can he avoid that today? Can he keep playing as amazingly? That would be crazy. If he plays a full best of 3 against Happy, a full perfect series, that would be amazing. Foggy from the upper bracket would be quite something. But the thing is, in Warcraft 3, the cards or the deck has been reshuffled now. New map, new story, new chance. Everything is going to start back up at 0 again. I think you guys kept on talking in Counter-Strike, right? How much momentum is a big deal. Can Foggy carry the momentum through here, or are we just back to even Steven right here?
That is the question. Also, first hero questions. I think it's not the biggest question, though. Keeper it is. DK should be the pick for Happy. But this is exactly what Foggy needed. Momentum, you said it. And I mentioned it before on map 1. Foggy needs these successes. You said before, 1.5 years without winning a series against Happy, and it's the best of 5 where he seems immortal. This is a good start to Championship Sunday, especially for Foggy. And Labyrinth and Focus down in the lower bracket, sweating a little.
I'm so curious to see how Foggy's going to keep playing here. How well did he work out every single map? Like, there are so many things to consider. When do you tech? When do you expand? Where do you do it? Where do you move the archers? When do you skip creeping? When do you go for level 3? How is the demon going to progress? And this is, I think, my biggest concern here on this map now. The Demon Hunter, I was a bit worried on Concealed Hill because he didn't get level 2 right away. And of course, you need that level 3 fast. Especially here. Getting that level 3 can be very tough. Especially if you perhaps lose some creeps to coils and such.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. Maybe with a good early game, he can claim the middle and get level 3 there before the Lich is out and scary. Death Knight sells the TP, gets a skull very early on.
But he's not creeping the natural.
Yeah.
That's the new fake expo play that a lot of undeads go for. Normally, when the Night Elf sees this, the TP having been sold and the sacrificial in the inventory, you have to respect the possibility and build a Hunter's Hall preemptively to be ready to go all in if the undead expands. But Happy rarely fast expands. On easy map like Tidehunters, maybe, especially against Demon Hunter, very strong. But on this map against Keeper, might be tough. And Foggy, truly blessed by the gods. Again, the perfect items.
This is insane. 2 maps in a row with Claws and Mantle. Rune Braces at the last map as well. Oh, last hit. No, Happy gets it. Coils the Ghoul, keeps it safe, gets the creep, advances on the way to the level 3. But the Keeper ain't done yet. He wants to cause some trouble. While the tech has just been starting, Ghouls are getting into position. Nerup upgraded, Happy with the perfect response, but Foggy with some time to erect an expansion and creep it.
Tech started, tree on the way, very similar timing-wise to Concealed Hill. Keeper can pick up the staff. And if he sticks around the undead main base, the DK normally has to be close by. So by the Keeper being over here on the map, the expansion, the tree should be safe. And he does get the staff, indeed.
So
Happy
important.
can't follow up because there's only 1 staff on this map. And now this Keeper is a bit of a bother. Happy has to consider the fate of his acolytes. And he lost the scouting acolyte, right? So can't afford to lose one.
Yeah, exactly. This happened yesterday against Focus many times when the Farseer was harassing. Still didn't deter Happy from destroying him 2-0. But yeah, it's time to creep the expansion first. Archer's too squishy, needs some reinforcements. That is some piece for Happy's main base, which is also pretty perfectly walled off. He knows exactly what Foggy's plan is.
Talisman of Evasion, that item probably not too great. Demon Hunter can't benefit from that later on. Maybe on the Keeper could help, but unlikely to be relevant. But it's good experience for the Keeper of the Groves. Clears out the natural. Gonna creep level 3 here at the green. DK gonna get the same. But again, very crisp build. Perfect early game in terms of safety and movement. Foggy gets up the expansion and will then again have the win condition with the second base. Against many other Nidals, we've seen Happy, being able to cancel the expansion many times, and that oftentimes ends the game. But Foggy is just too well prepared. He doesn't allow an opening at all in these early games.
Moves an Engine of War over and distracts in the middle, so the DK is not part of the skeleton harass that's coming in. Oh, 20, the Euro donation by Wolf Rider. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, the setup is pretty good, but we've seen a lot of these setups versus Happy, and he still gets the Frenzy, he still gets the Destro upgrade, and then he tears your bases apart. Did he buy enough time? Is this expansion in time? Foggy has no Nature's Blessing. This still takes some.
I think the expansion is going to be ready at a pretty standard timing. Should be fine. But the Ancient of War going to the natural does surprise me a bit. Of course, wants to fortify the position, obviously. How is that demon going to get level 3? That's my question. This is always the concern on this map, like I pointed out towards the beginning. Very tough for second hero creeping for Night Elf on this map, which is why this is normally a pretty weak Night Elf map. One of the reasons. Yeah, how's he going to do it? Keeper, Treants, I guess, have to be responsible. But the Tuskar plus the lab isn't even enough.
Yeah. And the Keeper, okay, now roaming around again. This base build by Happy is very, very beautiful, by the way, against these Keeper harasses. Everything walled off here, the slaughterhouse far to the back, so it can't be attacked by Treants and Keeper. So well done. Happy started some architecture lessons.
Certainly didn't learn that from Ente, didn't tell you that much.
Stop it or I'll get some DMs again.
I keep hopping on Ente. Bro, that one time, you remember the graveyard though? I mean, come on. Happy creeping in the middle. Looking for that big item. What's he gonna get? Lionhorn actually very good for Fiends. Oh, Foggy creeping the red camp. Oh, damn. I didn't consider this one. This is a creeper I've never seen. And I think neither did Happy. And for once, Happy doesn't have the scout out. Otherwise, the creep jack here could be super painful. But look at how even behind the creep, there's a wisp around the corner. So he could be seeing an approaching creep jack.
Oh.
Just, what a beautiful game by Foggy, man.
Yeah. So well thought out, even on a map that doesn't really favor him. All these attention to details working out well, but Happy, he's charging up. Tier 3 on the way. Almost done. Web is almost finished. Statues are coming in. Couldn't be delayed. Item. Katka's Pipe. With this army, really not that great. With bears and dryads, I love it. With fairies and hippos, well, at least Happy doesn't get it.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about it. I think this is, surprisingly, the worst item he could have found, actually. That is something you rarely say about that item normally. And again, Foggy's looking for the level 3 timing. Rush level 3 on the Demon Hunter and look if you can find a beneficial fight early on before Happy is ready with his upgrades. Because again, he has to wait for Destroyer Form and Frenzy. And this time Happy might be playing a bit more cautious. Doesn't want to lose 2 Fiends and a statue.
Nope, not at all. But Happy is adjusting the timing compared to Concealed. He's only moving out now, playing this very defensive. But he's switching gears as the Destroyer upgrade is closing in. 10 supply lead again, and Foggy trying with offense to keep Happy back. A pretty typical run by or fly by, I guess. But Happy, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, it's an interesting position. Happy saw this play coming. He went for the tower early, but the Hippogriffs could still attack from the back. The Acolytes, the 2 that are on the other side, and Happy is kind of perhaps unsure of what the next move is.
Yeah.
Happy seems very reactionary so far in this series, and Foggy is just taking charge.
I thought Happy doesn't even know how to spell indecisive, but yeah, he figured out that this is a little scarier than he initially thought. And this is a lot of time for Foggy. Also time for the Hunter's Hall. Upgrades are coming in. He's getting stronger and stronger. But he still has to weather the first big storm.
Picks up some items from the shop. Goes for the staff. Heal pot as well. And enough time was bought for now to have a decently sized army. 57 supply, not quite the mass yet that he would like to have. But upgrades also coming. Give Foggy 2 more minutes, and then he's gonna be quite a bit stronger with quite a bigger army as well. And now going for the boots. You really want to have the boots on the demon to take these fights late game, and Happy make an adjustment. Going for Naga third. Very good at controlling the demon, but not very good against fairies.
And of course, soaks up experience from DK and Lich, who are definitely more powerful. This is the push that Foggy has to survive. If it works, he's in a prime position. If not, he's dead. So Foggy, can you do it again?
He's trying to flank from the back from a unusual position. This is something that he's copied from Moon. Moon also nowadays always tries to flank from behind to make it hard for the Fiends to kite backwards. And in we go. Nuke on the Demon Hunter right away with a Naga. That makes sense. There's 3 Fiends here, a bit of anti-air, but not that much really. And Foggy going for the statues in the back. If you can take those out, that's the battery. That's the sustain, which would make life very tough for him.
Is there more fuel for Happy with the statues? Focus Fire seems very good. Also, the mana burns are kicking in. More treants everywhere. Happy still at 50, but the supply gap is closing. Could open it up again if he kills the Naga. Level 4, providing more aura. Is there an entangle left? 6, save again. Happy claims the supply lead. There's another Fiend entangled though. No Destro to save him. Naga on 10 HP. It tickles and he tickles her to death.
Demon Hunter coming in with more burns as well. Happy got the level 4 on the DK. That's a big deal. He's got the aura here now. And Statue's taken out and the Naga as well. But the Fiend's still alive. And Foggy lost quite a bit of air here as well.
Oh, Destro falling now. Opens up the way for more entangle. The roots can't be used because there is no mana. The fairies and the demon, they gotta carry.
Not that much frost armor anymore. Foggy getting another kill. Keeper having to run away. Doesn't have a TP anymore. That's scary, but has a potion still available. Also, but now Happy can kite to the end of days. What he's so known for and so good at.
There's another entangle soon. Maybe he can get some. But yeah, Foggy, you have to hit these production rounds. Happy is maybe even on 2 crypts, I'm not too sure. But the Fiends are streaming in like crazy. Naga is back, web everywhere. And DK and Lich are cleaning up the ground.
Foggy down to no upkeep again. That's not where you want to be. One more Fiend is going to fall. But again, Foggy losing more and more in the process. And this experience trickling in for Happy is going to also empower his heroes. Naga going to get level 2 soon. Lich going to get level 4 soon. And Foggy seems to be losing a bit too much now. It seems like Happy is getting back in control.
Okay, this was a good fight for Demi. And you look at the XP graph, man, it's going south quickly. 300 gold for Foggy still left. There is an invoke potion. Doesn't want to invest the time to get it. Neither does he want a heal scroll. He was pretty broke because he has to replenish the entire army again. So many fairies queued. Oh my god, he queues 8 fairies. And he still has 300 gold. But again, the next push at the shores of this Tree of Life.
If this tree can remain standing for 2 minutes, Foggy's going to get a lot stronger. More and more fairies are coming in, like you mentioned. Lots of them have been queued, and also the second attack upgrade. At the moment, the fairy count seems rather low, perhaps a bit too low. The Demon Hunter, he needs to choose the right targets. Very important here for Foggy to go for the right units to take out first.
Okay, he's trying to take out the anti-air, but the Fiend Micro is insane again. Trying to chase, but with this Naga, it's a lot harder than before. So good adjustment by Happy. He still gets the 4-3 levels, which makes this game so much easier than before. And the army, he's just spread across the entire screen.
Lich gets level 4. Doesn't have the mana to use it, but even the intelligence just is pretty good. Naga getting targeted again. She can't be coiled, of course, but she's fairly tanky. Staff out! Keeper did survive. Moonwell Juice is looking good. Demon Hunter now kind of exposed, but has that big potion still to rely on. Statue could be taken out once more. That mana burn being quite the help, but he's chasing after the Naga. But in trying to get that kill, Foggy's taking a lot of damage.
I agree. Needs to get this Naga now. And with Entangle, he does. Statue next target. That's 8 supply down in no time. Neck and neck fight, but now DK5.
The burns. The burns are perfectly timed, dude. This is so important when you're playing Demon Hunter to make sure there's as few spells as possible for the undead. And indeed, Happy can hardly use any spells. But he's still got his micro to rely on, which is looking great. Chasing after the Keeper.
How do you get the demon?
No coil coming in.
Ooh, no control. Oh boy, so stressful. Exactly. Frostmourne hungers but stays hungry. Demon Hunter survives. Keeper survives. But what about the army?
Wonderful display that we're seeing here by both. Foggy playing an insane game on the first map, and here also he played a good one, but possibly not good enough. Happy seems to be taking out this expansion in a matter of seconds, and without expansion there is absolutely zero chance to win this game. Foggy must hold this expo.
But with what? There's no items anymore. There's no utility. There's no army. You need the mass, but this is nothing. Level 5 Lich. I think the Emperor is resetting the series with the 1-1.
Yeah, certainly seems like it. Foggy has to tap out. Good attempt, good game. Top level Warcraft is seen here by both, but Happy does come out on top. The map turned out not even to be that big of a problem. That red camp creep was brilliant, and that almost cost Happy the game. Not being there in time to creep jack could have really backfired on him, but it was still enough in the end.
Yeah, it's amazing the margins like that you have to play to beat Happy. Like there was just such little mistakes from Foggy there. There's a couple though. There's a couple compared to the first game, which again I challenge you guys to find any mistakes in that first game from Foggy. A couple mistakes were one when Foggy did that first run by, which he in fact did in both games. He TP'd maybe a little bit earlier. He could have bought maybe an extra 10 seconds, maybe just 5, but everything counts when you're Fairy Dragon production is what matters. You need to get up to that 60, 65 supply, ideally against 50. So that's what matters. And then also Foggy creeping the remnants of the shop while Happy was heading to his base, which gave Foggy a little worse position. And then 3, there was no Wisp detonates, which could have been used. Maybe pull Wisp from the main base, detonate on those heroes a little bit, especially when there's 3 heroes at the start of the fight. So I think 3 mistakes from Foggy, 3 small mistakes, and that's all it takes in 1-1.
That's exactly it. We're down to a best of 3. You pointed out a couple of things, Carson. Twitch chat has also a great suggestion. Foggy is making mistakes. Should have bought 2 boots on the Demon Hunter. Otherwise, you can't catch the fiends.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree.
Very good. And we're getting close to the 4K, everybody. $56 missing because we got great contributions by Cake Biscuit. Cake Pie Biscuit, sorry for buying the human crest, and Metal Baron with a $20. Can't thank the great players, the guys from Back to Warcraft and the team at W3Champions enough for the great work and entertainment. And 3-Way K, Izzy with the $10. Greetings from Izzy. 56 buckos, everybody. You can do it across the rest of the day. But now, without further ado, Game 3.
There was a Demon Hunter queued in this altar for just a second, for just a moment. But Foggy changed his mind. He's going to go with the Keeper once again. That is the most reliable choice. Demon Hunter can also be quite strong. In a one base kind of game, Colorful showed that before. But Keeper suits him so well. The staff play, the map control, the expansion, that always seems to be a big strength for Foggy. And expansion, again, will be a focal point of this game. Where's Foggy going to set it up? When's he going to set it up? He would love to perhaps put it on the spot this time around. But with Happy scouting, normally that's never going to be allowed.
Yeah, I think so too. These greedy expansions seem so fragile. And he'll just call a couple of ghouls and finish it off. Again, this is all about expansions. But I like that Foggy is not stubbornly going into his mass Dryads thing anymore. He finally realized, okay, that is not the way to go. It might be a cheeky strat on 1 or 2 maps, but in general, mass air more reliable, and gave up on the Dryads. And I'm a big fan of that development for Foggy's play.
Oh, Foggy denied the big creep.
Oh,
that is really painful. He's again blessed with claws, but this now means it's going to be so hard to reach level 2. Wisp also gets detonate, doesn't get the skelly. This game all of a sudden looks a lot more painful than the previous ones.
there was a fire burning in Foggy on map 1, but it feels like there's no oxygen anymore. Someone has to breathe new life into the flame of Foggy.
Thank you, Nihilik and Sean Wright, for the resub. Yeah, this is a tough one. It's a rough position. Alright, Foggy is now going to be tested differently on map 3. Map 1 and 2, he played excellent. He had a wonderful game plan, everything worked out, and he could rely on his preparation. Now, he has to rely on his improvisation, because this did not go according to plan.
No, and that, of course, screws with the entire creep route that he planned for the rest of the game. He has to get some kills now. Maybe a little bit more aggressive, even more aggressive with the Keeper of the Grove, trying to get ghouls to make up for that. Happy had to invest into the Ritual Dagger, but that also means that everything that Happy has will be very, very healthy. There's no staff on the Keeper, and once again, Happy thinks that aggression is the best defense. Foggy can't find him.
They're both
can't find him.
expecting each other to creep in this position, and they're
Yes.
both wrong. They just cast in the night like ships in darkness in the middle, didn't see each other, and now we're left in a bit of a weird position. Happy sees there's no expansion creeping going on. All right, I guess I attack into the main base. The DK on level 2, quite strong. Keeper on level 1 is pathetic. Having no entangle here is so bad. This is a horrible spot for
This
Foggy.
might just be game. This might just be game. Foggy not getting level 2, a pathetic Keeper, and Happy just stomping him with ghouls. The biggest development in Undead meta in 2022. How do you defend this? How do you survive this?
With lots of treants, maybe he can hold. But Happy doesn't have to win here. He knows he's just buying time. All these seconds counting down towards tier 2, where there's no Tree of Life coming up, they're worth so much. Worth their weight in gold is what they are. And Happy knows he is incredibly far ahead. Also, he's scouting in every direction right now, chasing after wisps and stuff. He's looking everywhere for a possible Tree of Life, but there is none.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned, the expansion timing is so important. And Foggy being stuck on one base is,
It's horrible.
unplayable, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Taker, for the raid. Thank you, Basti, for the 26-month resub. I don't know. The wisps, man, they're getting killed by ghouls and skeletons. Lumber might even be low with all that movement here. Everything is hurt, and he's causing so much trouble with so little. There is an expansion now in a very unusual position, bottom right, but this is nothing but desperation.
Also, the Moonwells were heavily taxed, so that's something Foggy can rely on less as we're going to move to the mid-game. Happy reaches tier 2. The only silver lining here for Foggy is that Happy's kind of low lumber. That's the one wrinkle in this game so far, but everything else absolutely perfect for Happy. With the ghouls. Ooh, they almost saw the tree.
Yep.
Did they see the tree?
I don't know. Can you not see the tree when you walk there? I mean, the Acolyte, we talked about this yesterday. This hood prevents him from seeing his environment, but the ghouls, they have a clear view.
I guess he didn't, though. Otherwise, it should have shown up on the minimap.
There are 3 ghouls coming.
Oh.
Yeah, you wanna take that? Oh, wait.
All right,
What?
let's go map 3.
Yeah, right?
Map 4, I mean.
Let's just redo map 3. Was a false start.
This is a painful game.
Yep.
Yikes. Roller coaster of emotion here for Foggy. Game 1 was godly, unbelievable, must have felt so good. And this here is just the pain train.
Again, the mental fortitude of Happy, right? He's being threatened in this matchup like he...
Wait.
Is he holding this?
Is he overextending?
It's a ghoul deck.
Happy got too thirsty. He wanted too many kills, and in the end, he gets nothing. Oh, that's a big mistake. That's a huge mistake.
Oops. Okay. The Emperor's making mistakes. Maybe too much ice cream. Maybe a little brain freeze. And just like that, Foggy is somehow back in the game. He's still down. It's still unlikely that he wins this, but he can fight now.
Yeah, he's still incredibly far behind, truthfully, but it could have been worse, is the takeaway. But the pain train is getting back into the station. Here comes the Lich. And with Kolanova, Foggy is going to get threatened here. The creep cap, not the easiest to go for. The Demon Hunter level 1, very squishy.
The tree still has to wake up all the way through. This pain train has no brakes, Remo. Demon Hunter dead, and how are you supposed to level when you're dead? Answer is you can't. And this is just a stop by Happy, who's now taking the lead and has match points for the grand final.
That's unfortunate for Foggy. It's kind of what you expect when you play Happy in a way. If Foggy may be showing some signs of losing his confidence a bit. Even at 1-1, that Demon Hunter queued up for a second could have just been a muscle memory error, although Foggy doesn't play a ton of Demon Hunter. But, maybe wishy-washy between strategies, and then the Wisp gets ensnared, and then he denies the creep, and then everything sort of falls apart from a couple of mistakes. So hopefully Foggy can get it together, because even though Happy maybe got a little bit over aggressive, in the end it worked out. The damage he put on that tree almost resulted in a kill. So, you know, Happy, he makes mistakes, but then he somehow transitions them into just brilliant plays that no one else could do. For Foggy, they just end on mistakes. So hopefully he can clean it up a little bit for game 4.
He absolutely has to, not only for this series, but also potentially for the grand final. If Happy wins this next map, he has a 1-0 advantage in the best of 7 at the end of the day. And it might be a slow start, but oh boy, Happy is now on full throttle, destroying Foggy. Can Foggy bounce back? He has to, otherwise he finds himself in the lower bracket with Labyrinth and Focus.
This, I think, is one of the few maps where perhaps you can play Demon Hunter first, a la Colorful. Demon Hunter is very, very bad against fast expansions, but on this map you can run across and harass the DK right away if he fast expands, and perhaps even get the last hit with a mana burn. Mana burn kill on the Ogre Magi is almost game winning. I say that because I feel like he perhaps lost confidence in the Keeper. We saw the Demon Hunter earlier. Is he going to try to bust it out? No, never mind. Keeper again.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, yeah. He has to clean up his game. He can't Ancient of War deny. Not against Happy.
No. Absolutely not possible. You need to play the game like Concealed. You need to bring the perfection back. It sounds so hard, but it is so true, because Happy is damn near close to perfection. If Foggy wins this and ties this up, we go on to Springtime for the final map, but that is far, far, far down the road. Okay, Keeper. No indecisiveness this time. Need the clean creep. And then also a little bit of peace towards level 2 and 3. Last Refuge creeping here is so hard.
It always seems to me like a really good undead early game map. You get level 1 and 2 very fast. You can also get the consumables pretty easy at the High Priest camp. Foggy starts off quite nicely. The Acolyte gets ensnared, gets an easy kill here. That's more experience. Every bit of experience here is relevant. I think with that, he needs 4 skellies or something like that for the level 2 level up if he doesn't continue creeping beyond the first camp.
Happy all-out aggression with ghouls and backpack. Or with DK and the ghouls will creep, and then with backpack pick up the items. No mana burn, of course, so how much damage can these coils do? First one thrown into the Keeper to let the mana regen work. And creeping disrupted.
Yeah, that's an opening Happy didn't play too much of recently. This early backpack with ghouls soon to start creeping with the DK harassing early game. This is something he first showed on Concealed Hill a while back. And something I think that's completely new is Happy selling the TP. Doing this every time here.
Yeah.
To get in that extra gold.
Basically like a Blade Master for Orc. And it works.
I wonder if there's a possibility to punch this. Keeper, level 3, mid-game creepjack, something like that. Because the TP does allow you to creep greedily in the mid-game. And in case of, creepjack, you can just TP out. With that TP being gone, I feel like Happy has to play a more cautious mid-game than he would have in the past.
Okay, we'll see about that. Coil on the tiniest of creeps, just to take that one away. And to further continue level 2. This is quite some damage on the DK now, and unlike on Concealed, there is no fountain here. But Frostborn hungers. In addition to the poison damage, hunting down these archers. Good blocks by Foggy, though. Salvaging the situation well so far.
Gonna see first blood here. And that's level 2 for the DK. Oh, that's a big deal. Without that, he doesn't get the level 2. He doesn't get the aura. This is the first successful move of this game for Happy. It's gonna chase down another archer. And suddenly, Foggy doesn't manage to play a flawless early game anymore, like on Concealed Hill, where he gave no openings to Happy. Here, there was an opening. Actually, Archer survives, though. Happy didn't quite see her running away. Bit of a missed opportunity. But the DK, off to a good start, level 2.5.
Word of Illusion. This could end the game. We've seen this many, many, many times. Illusion summoned and disrupt the creeping. Pull the creeps into the bottom right position. Foggy, your winner bracket life is on the line now.
Trying to expand on the spot, that's a big risk. If Happy is close by, he could easily get the cancel here, and he's right around the corner.
Oh boy.
Illusions on Last Refuge, isn't it funny?
Map making community, can we finally get rid of it? We got rid of the stupid arcs on Concealed. Can we get rid of these illusions on LR? It's just nasty. Ghoul denied, of course, but no archers left in this defense.
Yeah, 2 more archers fell right there. Happy deciding to leave the tree alone for the time being and rather hunt down the units, and he got quite a few kills there indeed. But the tree might finish in the end, or will it?
Okay, there's still 2 ghouls. Illusions are coming back. Creeps again. Woken up. Wisp and archer. Not part of this defense. Keeper has to do it alone again. There is an entangle, but I guess he's giving up that tree, isn't he? It's at 50%. Oh, Wisp. Nice split by Happy preemptively, and he's not getting the detonate off. New Rod of Necromancy, and that is a cancel then. Finally, with a big detonate, getting level 3, but what's this worth without a second base?
Yeah, sick deado. That was a quad kill right there. And all of a sudden, the Keeper is strong on level 3. The DK, not quite there yet, but tier 3 is coming. Lich on the way. More reinforcements going to come in soon. One evolution, of course, used to perfection, as Happy always does. I wonder, without the creeps there interfering, can Foggy hold the expansion? Maybe he can. Frustrating. Very frustrating game.
And this happens a lot of times. Holy moly! $500 donation by Sir Kato. Go Happy. Less than 3. $4,444. Are you kidding me, sir?
That's amazing. God damn. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, Lich intercepted. Demon Hunter's here. Of course, he can't level.
He can kill him. He's got level 2 entangle.
Oh, can he?
Well, he's got the staff, I guess. Oh, staff.
Oh, not enough damage. Not enough damage on level 1. Yo. Okay. Slowly but steady, Foggy's pieces are coming together. But for Happy, everything is just so much faster. Halfway to level 3. Fiends are coming. No level 3 DK, but it's just a matter of time. And Skeleton gathers the information once again.
And Happy knows he has 2 more minutes until the expansion is actually mining for Foggy, so there's still plenty of time. Which is exactly what's going on. The level's a bit of a concern for Happy. Not having the level 3 here is annoying. And also, very few items. That's because Happy didn't creep too much, of course. The illusions were used earlier. This is the passive phase for Happy. This is what I was talking about. Since he sold the TP, he has to play very cautiously now before the destroyers are finished. On Last Refuge, there's actually a lot of safe camps to easily go for, even when you have no map control.
Can Foggy stall more time? Maybe, I don't know, Zeppelin drops or whatever. He needs all the tricks. We haven't seen a single sapper this time, but it's also due to the fact that Happy is not expanding himself. Levels, 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 levels. Army and time. That's what Foggy needs, but can he get it somehow?
There's a big camp for the Demon Hunter. He's going to get close to level 2.5. And after that, if he takes the small camps, that should be good enough. Happy still has to wait for a minute or so until they can go for the attack. And he's struggling with his creep camp over here. Keeper doing a good job harassing and slowing things down.
Yeah, that creep camp can be a bitch with the Ogre Mauler and Inner Fire. It's really not that easy. And Bloodlust on top. It's a powerful combo, and the ghouls feel that right now. That is giving Foggy some time. Items a little underwhelming. Ring is kind of nice on the Demon. Rope is kind of nice on the Keeper, but nothing that will help him big time. Okay, we're finally starting to mine at the bottom right-hand side, but if you look at the upgrades, Frenzy, Destro, right around the corner.
Scroll the Beast now also found by Foggy. He has lost his lucky charm, whatever it was. But he is going to get level 3 here, while the Keeper is still trying to distract the expansion. Now finally mining. At long last. But it might be too late.
Demon Hunter also needs a ton of Moon Juice now to heal back up. Happy's level 3. Gets heal wards? Yeah, not useful against mass air, obviously. Foggy, no Hunter's Hall yet. Can't go for upgrades. He's so far behind that timing didn't work out. We do have a shop left to the expansion. I really like that setup for heal potions. Mana Stone and the Keeper. Okay. Maybe he can out-entangle the Dispel of the Destroyers, but here's the push. Naga, Frenzy Ghouls, Destros, off we go. Decide this winner bracket final.
Sells the stone, goes for the heal scroll. Lots of gold that Foggy got here from selling all these items. But I think he would have rather found good items. At least now, with all that money, was able to jump into upkeep. 54 supply for him. But is that enough? Perhaps not. Happy's heroes, at the moment, low level. But that might change soon.
He has Nature's Blessing now. Oh, Coil Nova. Big one on the demon. And the shop isn't available anymore because Happy took care of it. Can't go for heal potions. Dodges that one. That saved his game for now. If he loses the Demon Hunter, it's definitely over. But he had the reaction time. He's engaging onto the statue. Not part of that fight for longer. And it's once again Foggy versus Lich, and usually there's one winner, and that is the Lich, and it's looking like that again. Demon Hunter, oh, 7, and saved.
Just barely gets away. The Naga in trouble. She might be going down, but only level 1 hero. This is honestly not a big loss for Happy. He lost the statue. That was perhaps a bigger deal. Keeper has to TP out, save himself that way. That means the fairies, a few of them, are stranded over here.
Wow, the Demon Hunter comes back home. But is there even moon juice? A little. So little. Same as hope. Well, okay, Happy's bruised, but he's angry and gets Lich level 3.
Yeah, macro mistake by Happy. He forgot to remake statues here for a while. That's a big deal. This slows down now the follow-up attack. So Happy falls back a bit, creeps up more. This is also a valuable move because getting close to level 4, always a big deal on the DK.
Coil thrown before the burn. Excellently done. Poison spread everywhere, but it's so hard to reach with any sort of crowd control against auraed up Frenzy Ghouls. Foggy went for Mercenaries. These will fall. These will give a lot of experience towards Happy. But Foggy, the boxing champ, he's still fighting and approaching the red spot.
Needs a good item here.
Yep, the best.
Lots of good ones to be found. Helm of Valor. Very good for the demon, but it's not quite an aura.
Exactly, but that puts him up to 11.5 armor, which is pretty good. Foggy has no TP. Can he even leave this high ground?
Ooh, almost gets the Destroyer. Might be going down. Last second with the Dispel. Destroyer now out of the fight. Couple of fairies spread behind. Split off. Oh, the Keeper! No TP. And he was stranded, and so is the demon. He had the potion. With that, he survives for now, but again, he has to run. And Happy's finding more and more kills. The statues are here to heal him up, and Foggy is about to lose everything.
This is not boding well for the Ukrainian. Mauler also about to fall. Demon Hunter holding on to dear life. He's trying to get upgrades with the Hunter's All, but this might just be too late. 10 supply lead for Happy is not where you want to have it, rather the opposite. Keeper is back, okay, but it's 4-3, and the Naga never died, close to Fork Lightning, and this shall now be a dead tree of life.
I wonder if focusing the Naga is a mistake in the first place. Maybe you gotta go for the Fiends or the statues first, but it's hard to say. It's hard to really gauge what the right call is.
Yeah.
Oh, Happy going for
Mana Shield.
Mana Shield.
What's
Showing
it
off a
called?
bit here towards the end.
I guess wants to keep the Naga safe. There was a lot of pressure on her. She can't be coiled. And yeah, there we go. Okay, Mana Shield gone. That's how useful it is. But the first volley was absorbed. Now, no mana anymore, of course. Giving some freedom to the Demon Hunter, who can now continue to burn and continue to do damage. Roam freely again, unlike on Northern Isles. But how free are you really when you're facing death?
Fairy's getting picked off here so easily. The heroes are always threatened. The Demon Hunter can't really re-engage, and Foggy has to throw in the towel. GG. Happy is our winner in the end, but Foggy showed some signs of brilliance here, that's for sure.
Yeah, unfortunate end of the series for Foggy. The first game was so good. I think the third game, quite good as well on Autumn Leaves. Quite close there, but then Last Refuge Northern Isles definitely went Happy's way. I think the main mistake there probably from Foggy was he had opportunity in the early game to build that Tree of Life. I would say even like 20-25 seconds earlier. The Death Knight was aggro on level 1, of course. The ghouls were creeping with backpack, but Foggy was aware of this. He scouted immediately. He moved the Wisp when Happy was creeping the first green camp with the ghouls. That confirms to Foggy where the units that could cancel the potential Tree of Life are, and the Death Knight, of course, on level 1 aggro, easily dealt with. He had the resources for the Tree of Life. He had a Wisp in position. He could have built it right then and there, and that would have been much, much earlier than the one he eventually went for. I think that was probably the biggest mistake, and again, that's all it takes sometimes against Happy.
Exactly. You can't allow any mistakes, and now Foggy, Labyrinth, or Focus, whoever it is later in the grand final, will have to catch up to a 1-0 lead that Happy gets due to his winner bracket run. This is rough. This is real rough. Big W for Happy, and again, the mental fortitude to not crumble under the pressure of losing game 1, just to reset his mind, play the second map, make no mistakes, and then win 3 in a row after this opening on Concealed. He's just unbreakable.
Like the movie. They call me Mr. Glass because my bones break like glass. You seen that one?
Probably.
Dude, I am Mr. Glass.
True.
I proved it.
Yeah.
True.
Happy's unbreakable and you're Mr. Glass. There we go. The match made in heaven. You guys are like a superhero team. I knew it after all.
Probably in Carson's view, a classic movie, also probably a based movie.
No, it's not too classic, but you know, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. It's decent.
We all, the entire community, has to respect the contributions by Sir Kato. The $500, man. Kato is with us since probably 2012 or something, when we were still casting in German, and has rarely stopped supporting ever since. That is 8 years and counting, or 10 years and counting, of support from Kato. We met him by now multiple times in Berlin, in Hamburg. He's there when it comes to supporting Warcraft 3. So once again, a round of applause for Sir Kato, boosting the prize pool to 4,444 buccarinos. That was lovely indeed. And also a shout out to the people behind the server of W3Champions. The Toxies, the Fluxus, the Saphids, the Abes, everybody working on this, because W3Champions is the best server we ever had. And Carson, you've been sitting on your ass the entire series. Tell us about W3Champions. Why is it so awesome? Pluck the hell out of it.
W3Champions is awesome because Battle.net is terrible, and W3Champions is better than Battle.net has ever been, and is better than W3 Arena ever was as well. Is better than NetEase ever was. Why is that? Well, we have the best ping, we have the most servers, we have the most players, we have the best map pool, we have 4v4, we have 2v2, we have even custom games on the ladder, Footman Frenzy, Banjo Ball. You can watch ladder games on Flow TV. It's absolutely incredible. It auto saves the replays. You can just stalk Lynn all day and save his replays. When have you been able to do that ever? On NetEase, maybe, but it was difficult to do. It was hard to find the name, but not on W3Champions, because there's also a website that lets you track the Smurfs of people, so we know who is who, so we can truly stalk people. And never mind.
I've already received a restraining order.
Carson, wise words, big true on everything you said. If you want to help out the team, you can of course do that financially via Patreon, PayPal, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or if you're from China, you can chip in via Alipay and WeChat. If you want to have 28 servers or 30 servers all across the world, these things cost a little bit of money, so chip in if you want to keep the servers up and reward the team so they can maybe grab a beer or pizza every once in a while. If you have feedback for them or just want to share some love, go on the Discord. There's a Good Vibes channel. If you just want to send a heart or a positive mention, there is a lot of negative Nancy's crying all the time. Well, moderation here. I got banned. Why? Just send some love. Spread the positive vibes, everybody, on Discord and on Twitter. And if you are a coder yourself, you can even help make this tool even better if you're able to code JavaScript, C#, .NET, jQuery, Rust, TypeScript, or Node. We're always looking for helping hands. These guys behind the back have been doing this for 2.5 years and counting. It's exhausting. There's still a lot to do. We want to make this the perfect server. Not just the best, but the perfect server. That's a long way to go. Also, if you can do graphic works, if you can do animations, if you want to help with moderation, if you think you have a skill and the time and the dedication to help this project, War3Champions, go to Discord, reach out, especially Cephid will welcome you with open arms, and we make this even greater than it already is. Now we talked a lot, we'll take a break, and then it's time for the Korean Derby. It's time for Focus and Labyrinth. How far can this kid go? The best run for Labyrinth ever. Can he take it one step further and finish top 3 at least? We'll see after a little break.